Okay, they just here for years, it's the Mizzle show. Always checking in, cause you know we love sports. Ayy, they just hit 100 subs, it's time they get some out. Ayy, yo, just two brothers, yeah, y'all. Come tune in, they got guests, they got others, yeah, y'all. President chat, they got talks like no others, yeah, y'all. Cause it's a family up in here, we love each other, yeah, y'all. Let's see what they say tonight, yeah. It's the Mizzle show, yeah, the Mizzle show, yeah, Mizzle show, yeah, the Mizzle show. It's the Mizzle show, yeah, the Mizzle show, yeah, Mizzle show, yeah, the Mizzle show.
Greetings from Krypton and greetings from the matter, or well, the Bifrost, and all points in between. And yes, like damn it, these Negroes and half breeds again. Yes, we are back once again. As
Well,
it
I would
started
say,
with.
well,
Go ahead.
don't stop, don't stop.
Yeah, bad boy. Yeah,
And that's the last time that we will reference Diddy on this show.
remix. But it started with 14 with the dreams of getting to Atlanta, Georgia and the national championship, and now it is down to the final two. It is down to the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame as they will meet 9 days from today to crown a champion in college football. Um, and real quickly, we'll go back to last night to where, boy, I mean that it's a shame that one of those two teams had to lose in between Notre Dame and Penn State because it was just fantastic.
It was entertaining for sure.
It was fantastic football. Like I didn't have a horse in the race.
Nope.
And I was thoroughly entertained.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked like Penn State was possibly going to run away with it because Singleton was running the ball with purpose, with passion, with power, and all that good stuff. And it just seemed like when Steve Angeli came in, the backup quarterback for Notre Dame, and led them to that field goal and gave Notre Dame a little bit of momentum at the end of the first half, and you're thinking with Riley Leonard in the tent, you're thinking, well, what does Marcus Freeman do? Does he stay with the hot hand, which I thought he would do, because obviously backup comes in, who's more of a pocket passer than necessarily a runner like Leonard, but no. Freeman stuck to his guns, put Leonard back in, and Notre Dame in the second half came out there and they punched Penn State in the mouth, tied the game up. Then the fourth quarter, that's where it all took place to where, I mean, like I said, Singleton ran with purpose, scored 3 times, had 15 carries, 84 yards. But Leonard just said, I will not be tonight, despite the fact that Leonard threw 2 interceptions, but it was Mr. Grethouse, Jaden Grethouse, sophomore from Austin, Texas, that had the game of his life. 7 catches for 105 yards and 1 touchdown. Now, granted, the defender slipped, but hey, things happen in the game of football, and you take advantage of it. But the costly interception that Drew Allar threw came back to be the one big play that definitely turned the tide of the game. And go figure, a kicker with the last name of Jeter would make a game-winning field goal. Go figure.
Jesus. Well, for me, I think the turning point of the game happened early. When Penn State drove down the field and they had that opportunity to put 6 on their left points on the board, off the board. I mean, a little bit behind them, but it was right there for him to walk into the end zone if he caught it. But shoulda, coulda, woulda. But I believe that slightly them getting 3 points instead of 7, that kind of put the game in perspective for me. But even though it was still a good game, I just think that touchdown that they didn't get down there kind of bit them in the ass a little bit more than anything else. That's just my opinion. It's just a few other things that could have. And was that a pass interference? I don't know. I mean, the one defender didn't turn around and look for the ball, but that's not the defender that got the interception.
True, but it's okay. To the letter of the law,
you got to turn around and look for the ball.
You have to turn around to play the ball, and Schuler did not. and that's
Uh-huh.
who they call, and that's who they called it all. Now, granted, that did not come back and bite Notre Dame because again they forced the interception late in the game that led to the eventual game-winning field goal by Jeter.
Mm-hmm.
Again, um, I know it's a heartbreaker for Penn State, but just the fact that, given where Penn State was after the Joe Paterno scandal, and
Yes.
what James Franklin has
Yes.
done with this program since he has become the head coach, Penn
That
State has
program is supposed to be
become
in the dumps.
yeah, Penn State has become a model of consistency, a model of winning, double-digit wins every year. I mean, James Franklin has done a fantastic job up
100%.
there in State College, and again, Marcus Freeman. I mean, the fact that you have the second black man to coach at Notre Dame, of course, Ty Willingham was the first. But to do this, they lose that one game and they have not lost since.
Yeah.
Very rarely do I throw in the team of destiny term, but I mean, Notre Dame just has that feel of team of destiny, that fate, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, but they better bring a passing game.
I agree. But again, their formula so far in these playoffs have worked.
That's true, but this is the Ohio State Buckeyes they about to play.
I understand that, but even with that said, though, Texas did a great job on Smith. Smith was not a factor.
This is true
tonight for the Buckeyes. I think he only had one catch.
Well, you can tell he was a point of emphasis.
Oh, yes.
They were making sure that he was not going to get off.
It was like other people are going to have to beat him.
Yeah.
It's not going to be Jeremiah. Yeah, Jeremiah Smith, 1 catch, 3 yards. That's it. So a great job by
especially the stats he had in the last game.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that says a lot.
Yeah. It was like somebody else is going to beat us, and that one person was Cornell Tate. Tate had 7 catches for 87 yards, even though it was all the running backs that scored the touchdowns. Quinshawn Judkins only had 36 yards and and had both touchdowns. Andrew will get to the words in a second.
Mick, Andrew, we love the comment and everything, but can we comment on the subject that we're talking about that kind of throws us off because we don't want to go back and forth and we want to interact with the chat like we did the other night. That was beautiful. So if you can, hold your comments until we get to the Warriors or chime in on us talking about the college sports right now. We appreciate you, Andrew. Cuz, what's up, family?
Evening.
Well, mid-morning, evening, whatever you want to call it.
I mean, it is morning. Well, it's still 9:22 in Hawaii, so technically it would be evening in Hawaii. So there you go. Yeah, but I mean,
absolutely.
And then of course Howard had the other touchdown. Will Howard was 24 of 33 for 29, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Quentin Ewers, which of course we were watching the game while I was subbing in for DJ Matchsticks and EJ on the All-Pro Javos again. Appreciation to our fellow brethren, Josh Praneda, who, of course, is going to sleep happy because he's like, maybe now Quentin Ewers can just go away.
Well, he has entered to transfer portal, right?
Or he might just enter the draft. But
after that performance, he might want to stay another year.
I mean, hey, he was 23 of 39, 283, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Anytime family needs assistance, we are always there to be a helping hand. But, I mean, like I said, just watching the game, just looking at it, clearly Ohio State was the better team. But you're just asking, you're just sitting there and thinking and watching is just, how are they not up by more? Because, like I said, the final score was 28-14, but it felt like it should have been by a lot more. Like I said, it just seemed like every time Texas would get in, like, for example, they get in the end zone, tie the game at 7. Then the screen pass to Henderson, and Henderson goes 75 yards to the house on a screenplay to where I don't know why every single Texas defender was trying to run up and try to attack the quarterback. And once Henderson hit the hole and he just took off. It was bye-bye, baby. Makes no sense. Then they tied again at 14, and then that key fourth down by Howard on that run, and if the turf monster didn't get him, he possibly would have scored. And there you go with that. So like I said, the final score really did not dictate the pace of the game because, like I said, Ohio State really controlled the pace from start to finish, and like I said, truthfully, should have won by more than just by the 14 points out of the 20-14 scored. Of course, Jack Sawyer sealed it by getting his former roommate because, as people may have not known, that Quinn Ewers originally did go to Ohio State, then transferred to Texas. But at the end of the day, if you're just looking at stats, I mean, Ohio State was 3 of 10 on third down, but that big 1-for-1 on fourth down proved to be the difference in this Cotton Bowl game. Passing yards almost about even. Total yards 370, 341. Ohio State won despite the fact they had 9 penalties, but again, the two turnovers by Texas turned into points for Ohio State. And now it is the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish playing for the national championship, coming to you here next Monday on
Indiana versus Ohio.
Yes, a Midwest final. Now, but talk about divine intervention, if you will.
Okay.
On one aspect, it sucks because also on that same day, we become stupid again, and I won't talk about that subject no more. But on the flip side, for Marcus Freeman, looking to become a national championship as a black man, how appropriate is it that he will try to attempt that on Martin Luther King's holiday? On the 20th, that Monday. So if it was ever appropriate.
There was a day.
Yeah.
Or I'll be the devil's advocate. Would it be a way to crush it?
True.
Now, you know who I'm rooting for. You know, I'll definitely be pulling for Notre Dame, but I just don't think Notre Dame has enough.
Okay. Ohio State's the better team. True enough. We can agree on that without question.
But you still play the game.
But again, I just...
Shit can happen.
I just have a feeling that touchdown Jesus and the spirit of Rudy, it just might be enough to beat Brutus.
You would have sold me more if you said the spirit of Martin Luther King riding with Franklin.
Hey. Marcus Freeman can overcome.
Marcus Freeman, excuse me. Not
and if Marcus Freeman wants to march his team like they're marching down Selma, especially with that defense, anything is possible.
I don't trust Notre Dame's offense. That's just period.
I understand it.
Their defense? Oh yeah. It's not going to be
okay. I will say it like this. If Notre Dame's running game gets going, it will be a long evening for Ohio State.
Are you saying running game with the quarterback or mainly running backs or all of the above?
No, Riley Leonard is going to have a share of runs. I'm not even talking about Riley Leonard. I'm talking about if Love can get going in the running game, if Aeneas Williams can get going in the run game.
That's not Junior?
I don't know if that is the Hall of Famer's son. That is a very good question. I would have to do some research on that.
I look here.
Oh, he dang near kind of looks like his dad. That's hard to say that it ain't.
But there would have been a Junior behind it, right? Or not necessarily.
Well, I think he spells it. It's spelled different because senior or dad is spelled, I think, Aneas.
Okay.
Now the Notre Dame player spells it AneYas.
Anyway, I just my gut says Notre Dame, but my football IQ says Ohio State.
Oh, he might be adopted.
Oh,
Well, that's a heck of a story. If that is
well,
the case.
it doesn't matter either way. If that's
Yeah.
his son, that's his son.
Yes. Yeah,
But
absolutely.
that
Absolutely.
I see what you're saying with that. Man. Interesting. Yeah, I'm going with Ohio State. Football IQ just is telling me Ohio State. But gut is saying Notre Dame.
Well, I'm still gonna say cheer for old Notre Dame. Wake up the echoes cheering her name. I just
Shall
I can't root for Ohio State. I just
I
can't.
I know that we have to talk to our other co-host, but should that be a live stream talking edition? Maybe have guests?
Possibly. I mean, anything's possible.
Or we just count up the 300 to get to the on our show and I don't care. I really don't care. I just want to sit and talk football with you guys. That's it.
Indeed. But yeah, that will take place. I mean, it will be
Football.
wall to wall coverage on every ESPN channel outlet you could possibly think
Oh,
about.
you mean you probably even Disney, ABC?
Hulu, all of that. Yeah, it will be
Right.
it will be wall to wall coverage of this game coming to you next Monday.
Now, I
Go
know we're
ahead.
about to get into it. But I really dislike these streaming services taking on playoff football. Playoff football should be on cable TV for everybody to watch. Because what if somebody does not have Prime Video or any of these features? I mean, of course, the in market will have the game, but say for me and you,
Yeah.
who are not in market,
Yeah, we
you mean to tell me if we don't have this streaming service, I can't watch playoff football?
Yeah. Well, this is my stance, and I always like to think myself as a purist, but I've always said playoffs belong on network television. And what I mean by that is your Fox, your CBS, your
ABC,
ABC, etc. Because
that's it.
Basically, for me and Mizzle growing up, because we're considered millennials, even though we don't act like millennials. But
millennial?
Yeah, that's the classification of generation that we're in. Since now this
what the hell are my kids doing?
Generation Y or Z, one of those two. Because now this new generation
that's the boys. That's the boys, right? But what about your niece?
She might be considered a millennial.
Well, 2000. Yeah. Whatever. All right. Well, back to what you were saying. That kind of.
But I'm just saying, like how you and I grew up when it came to playoffs. CBS, NBC, ABC, Fox is where we knew we were going to watch the game because it was on regular network television. Okay, and the one thing that the one thing I hope that doesn't happen, which is mean because I will say this: the minute I have to stream to watch the Super Bowl, I'm done with sports.
It's on that way, bro. I don't know why you mentioned it. It's gonna happen. Everything is leaning towards streaming service now. It's where's boxing at now? If we want to watch, like, besides ESPN,
DAZN,
Prime
DAZN
Video.
and Prime Video, yes.
Yep, that's our ESPN Plus.
Yeah, which why I appreciate ESPN still trying to show it on regular national television.
And don't you miss Friday night fights on ESPN?
I sure in the hell do. I miss
or I hit you with this one. Boxing After Dark on HBO.
Yes. Or really want to go back, boxing on ABC's Wide World of Sports on Saturdays.
Wake up and have your cereal and watch somebody throwing them hands.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I know that's the route it's going in, but I also said, y'all want to talk about getting rid of cable? I said pretty soon streaming services are going to cost just as much like cable is. Okay.
And now that Netflix got the collection of WWF,
Mm-hmm.
and they said, and here's a kicker that I heard reading it, and we'll get back to that. They said no matter what tier of Netflix you have, WWE is going to be on it. I'm like, tiers? What do you mean? Yep. So as you just said, streaming services are going to start jacking up their price. Hell, I think Disney's about to go up again.
Mm-hmm.
And they know they're going to get my money because, hello, and I like the Star Wars shit that they're doing. Mandalorian, coup de grace. Yes, indeed. So they're going to get my money for Disney.
And not to mention the upcoming season of What If.
Oh, it's already on.
Oh, well, there you go.
I got to finish that. Or, hey, there's a lot of other stuff that's on there. You get the Andor season 2 coming. Like I said, the Mandalorian, all the other stuff. So, yeah.
I mean, heck, I got a Max subscription just so the very minute that Tony Khan decides to finally put pay-per-views on Max, I can watch an AEW pay-per-view in addition to watching PLEs on Peacock and eventually them. I have a feeling that PLE is eventually going to switch over to Netflix. That's just my thought.
It's already gonna happen. All right, Dub, let's go ahead and get into what Andrew the GOAT was talking about real quick, and then we'll jump into our NFL playoff preview. I know he was patient, so I'll bring up the question. I'll bring up the quote that he said earlier, and we'll read it out. So, to be honest, I really didn't think the Warriors would be this bad right now and be 10th in the West. I never thought this would happen. Well, okay. Remember when they weren't this good? Remember that? You remember when, you watch them and they have the team and you're like, okay, this could be the team, and they underperform. And it's like, what the hell's coaching going on? Yeah, me and this man been through that.
Okay.
So now they're good. We've been spoiled. I'll tell you this. I've been spoiled with Bay Area between basketball and baseball with the Warriors and Giants. I am a fan, expected this to happen again. It happens to all franchises. You're here for a minute, you go back here, and you got to climb your way back. That's just how it goes.
Be thankful and appreciative for the 4 championships that you did see.
Thank you.
And the fact that they did go to 5 straight finals. But now here's my point. Okay. They're 19 and 19. So they're at 5.
Still not out of it. Still not out of it.
Okay.
By the way.
But here's my point. Okay. There is only one team running away with the record in the West, and that's the OKC Thunder. They're 31 and 6.
Playing damn good basketball.
Okay. But you got
them and the Cavaliers are playing good basketball.
But it was the second game of a back-to-back. And winning back-to-backs in the NBA are tough. They won the night before.
You got to rest them. Especially them two. You don't want to have Curry out there. That's a risk of him just fucking his ankle up. And that kills the season.
Yes.
I don't like load management either, Andrew, but it has to happen for the vets. Curry he's played, just think about how much basketball him and Green has played.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of basketball. And so they're gonna wear down.
Yeah.
That's when you're good, that's what happens.
Unfortunately, this is what happened to Kobe. All those years playing 40+ minutes a night, all those deep
in the playoffs,
all those deep runs he had with the playoffs getting to the finals, his body started his body started to fail him
Yep.
at the end.
Yep.
Yes, I get it. The Warriors blowing double-digit leads has become an issue. Yes, I agree 1,000%.
That's nothing new. That's nothing new.
It's something that has to be solved. But
Yeah.
however,
That shit has been going on for about 3 goddamn years.
yeah, that and I mean them turning the ball over. That's been Steve Kerr's career
good Lord.
as the head coach.
That hasn't been fixed at all.
But my point is, okay, OKC, best record on the West, but Rockets 25 wins, Memphis 24, Denver 22 wins, Dallas 22 wins, Lakers 20, Minnesota 20, Clippers 20, and there's the Warriors and the Kings at 19. So the separation from 2 through 10 is not by much.
Nope.
And we're just in the month of January. Now, yes, I do agree. The Warriors need to add some size. But however, if you have to trade half your roster to get one guy, that is stupid.
Nope. They better not touch Moses Moody.
That is stupid.
Kuminga is starting to become a man.
Yeah.
I mean, he already knew but he's starting to get Kerr's trust. You can see that. And just build, get the big man. This we can't be wasting Curry years right now.
Yes, they have.
Yes. So that lets you know right there that
this team needs to get healthy. They need their full squad. But then you need to see and figure out, okay, what pieces can I move to possibly get some size? Because there's different luxury tag tier levels, and I don't know which one the Warriors are on. But they're
the highest one. You already know they're the highest tier.
They are limited on what they can spend to try and get somebody. That's the thing. And plus, not only that, if it is hard to keep teams together. Yep. It is, especially in this day of free agency.
Shocked that we kept them together this long. To be honest,
teams don't stay together.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay, I look like this. If the '80s Showtime's Lakers was in this era right now, they would be lucky if they won 3 before they would break up a majority of that core.
That's a possibility. I don't disagree with that.
I mean, look at Boston. How long can they keep their core together?
Yeah,
right now, look at the Thunder. Yes, they have a lot of young talent, but eventually, if they continue to keep playing like this, they're going to want to get paid. And unfortunately, the Thunder can't keep all of them.
Is that a damn? They have not beat the Pacers?
Well, they only play them 2 times a year.
Oh well, they didn't beat them neither one. Damn.
True, but I mean, here's the thing. This is who the Warriors are at the moment. They're a 500 team. They're still trying to figure it out, and they need to get it. And they need to do it and they need to get on the good foot soon, and get it together.
And also, you have to look at it as Kerr is incorporating the young talent now.
Correct.
He's trying to adjust. You got to see the writing on the wall. You got about maybe 2 to 3, maybe 4 years out of Curry. 4 years might be pushing. I think Curry got about maybe 3 left.
Yeah, and Curry's already talked about he's seeing the end of the road.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure Joe Lacob and Mike Dunleavy are trying to max every possible thing that they can to try to get Curry number 5 so he can join Magic and Kobe at the table of 5-time champions. Nothing wrong with that, but it's just, again, you can't keep mortgaging the future to try to appease to one guy, even if it is Steph Curry. And again, Curry's legacy as a Warrior, it's already set in stone.
Yeah, it's solidified.
He's
already Hall of Famer.
He's the greatest Golden State. He's the greatest Golden State Warrior of all time. He's the greatest shooter God ever created. He's a 4-time NBA champion. He's a 2-time league MVP, 1-time Finals MVP, multiple-time All-Star Game MVP. There really isn't anything in the NBA that it is left for him to do.
Wait, isn't he the first unanimous? Did you say that?
The first unanimous most valuable player.
Yes, indeed.
Not even Michael Jeffrey Jordan could do that.
Yeah.
And there have been a lot of greats that have won.
And I believe
the MVP.
I believe Charles Barkley said a shooting team will never win a championship.
They won 4.
Yeah.
And y'all know what? Leave Charles alone.
The alligator.
Not just that. It's just, I guess Richard Jefferson went in and talking about, that the guys on TNT are talking about how bad the play is, and he says you're supposed to uplift the league and promote it.
What is up with like ESPN when they did the college game and first take? So now colleagues, what's going on this year? Colleagues just want to. Is it not entertaining? Do we need something? Are they choosing not violence but mid-violence for us to pay attention? I mean, they're entitled to their opinion.
Here's my thing. Okay. Yes, the quality of play in the NBA is not that good. It's not. It hasn't been, and it hasn't been for a while. And some people want to blame Curry about that because, people now trying to shoot like Curry. God only made one Wardell Stephen Curry II. There's only one. Not everybody is him.
Nope.
Okay? But at the same time, it's the players that have to play well to enhance the league. Not the people in the media, not inside the NBA.
Nope.
They're paid to cover the game and give their honest take and assessment of the game. And if they say that the play sucks, that's their right to say that.
Right. Especially if it's coming from a former player. You might kind of believe if they were good. That panel is good. Charles Barkley had a good career.
Mm-hmm.
We know Shaq. Kenny ain't no slouch.
Nope.
So you got some people up there that played this game and played it to a high level.
Absolutely.
So, and Richard Jefferson, come on, bro. You're good, but you're not that good.
Yeah. Only reason why you're on the A team is because JJ took the job in LA. Well, I'll say it like this, Andrew. If he had Kuminga and Moody, possibly the Warriors could have given the Pacers a game. Because, like I said, Buddy Hield was your leading scorer, and he only led with 17.
Ouch.
To which the Pacers won the game by a score of 108 to 96. So Halliburton.
Yes, it was a lot of points not on the floor. They were a few men down.
Yeah.
So no excuses though, because you still got on the court and play the game. But if we're gonna look at this game, you can look that they didn't have. Kuminga could have probably gave you 20, 25, damn near 30.
Mm-hmm.
Moses Moody is that kind of guy that can get down there and get them garbage. I'm not, get the garbage, few points here, there, rebounds. He can get hot. Yes. So it's still early. Let's see when they heal up. All-Star break. I'll start worrying about it after All-Star break.
Correct.
Paolo
Banchero made his way back for the Magic tonight. Played very well, but at the end it was Giannis's 41 that gave the Bucks a 109-106 win over Orlando. Bucks go.
So it was close.
Yes, it was. So Milwaukee goes to 20-16 on the year. Orlando falls to 22-18, but Paolo Banchero back in the saddle for Orlando.
That's good. That's good. They're my sleeper team.
The Magic held their own while him and Wagner was out, and when Franz returns, watch out for the Atlanta Magic again. Just keep in mind. C.J. McCollum had a throwback like he was back in Portland, scoring 38. As it was not a very good basketball night for Mizzle, as the Pelicans beat the Sixers 123-115.
Really?
Although Tyrese played well, he had 30 to lead the way for Philly. Pelicans had 1, 2, 3, 6 in double figures, um, with Murray having
Hey,
17.
how you come off injury, play one game, and then get suspended?
You got me anymore. I don't know. I half of these things that some of these athletes do, I will never understand or never know because it just makes no asinine sense to me.
That's like disrespectful to the game. Like,
Yes, I agree.
come on, man. This is a
Maxey had-
privilege to do what you do.
Maxey had 30, Oubre had 21, George
Mhm.
had 25, Council had 13 off the bench, but it was not enough as Pelicans get win number 8. They go to 8 and 31. They beat Philly 123.
Can you imagine if this team just gets fucking healthy and start playing?
Thunder beat the Knicks at the Mecca 126-101 as
Ooh.
SGA scored 39 points in 29 minutes. As OKC
They
goes
were
to
pissed off
31-6.
about that Cavaliers game.
Yeah, just a little bit.
A little tick.
Just a smidge. They were highly upset. But big day for SGA. Towns at 32 at 23 and 10. Brunson 27. Hart at 16. Payne at 11 with the bench. But at the end of the day, big win for the Thunder, 126-101. The Bulls beat the Wizards 138-105. Levine scores 33. And for the Bulls, that's their 5th win their last 7 games. The Bulls are to put together. They're 18 and 20. The Wizards are now 6 and 20.
Ouch.
In Mile High, the Joker had a very good dream.
Oh,
Didn't
boy.
wake up to the atonement of 35 points, 15 rebounds, or 12 rebounds, and 15 assists. As Russell Westbrook had 25, as the Nuggets rout the Pelicans 124-105. Porter had 17. Braun had 11. Strother had 12 off the bench. Watson had 10 off the bench. But yeah, Denver goes to 22-15. Brooklyn 13-25. 124-105. And doggone it. As much as you don't want that beam lit, the beam definitely lit up tonight because the Kings go into Boston on the parquet floor and handle the defending champions 114-117. But Domantas Sabonis.
Is Doug Christie coaching his ass off?
Something's working.
What we're seeing?
Something is working. As the Kings are back at 500 19-19, Celtics go to 27-11. But Domantas Sabonis, 23 points, 28 rebounds.
No triple double.
No, he only had as far as assists goes, he had
I know he had him up there, but
he only had 3 assists.
Oh, because he was working the boards.
Yeah,
that's what he knew what he had to do.
Monk had 8 assists. He had 22. Murray had 19. DeMar DeRozan had 24. Sabonis 23 and 18. Carter with 11 off the bench. Cause going ham.
Spoken like a true Warrior fan.
Going ham in on the Kings.
Spoken like a true Warrior fan. Love it.
But that was your NBA Friday night slate of games. But yes, it all starts tomorrow at 1 p.m. or 1:30 p.m. if I'm not mistaken.
Our time?
Yes, 1:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Damn.
On CBS and Peacock. It is the Inglewood Chargers taking on the Houston Texans. Of course, the Texans, champions of the AFC South. Cardinals. The Chargers on the road. Of course, Jim Harbaugh is 4-2 all time in playoff games. He's won a lot on the road in the playoffs, so this will not be his first rodeo. Although
they'll be prepared.
Only for the Chargers, it's their first appearance since 2022 for the Chargers in the playoffs. Of course, the last time we saw the Chargers in the playoffs, well, it was not a pleasant sight for them and for head coach Brandon Staley at the time. But Harbaugh back in the saddle, back in the playoffs. looking to finally be that elusive Super Bowl champion to go to his national championship ring. The Texans definitely coming in leaking. Definitely didn't expect them to take the step back. We thought that where they started last year, it was supposed to turn this year, but it
This
hasn't.
year, yeah.
They still won 10 games, still won the division, and the megastar has come in and left his mark. Yeah. Let me talk to you. With everybody saying L.A.
L.A. Night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm definitely not posting that. Definitely not posting that. Yeah, we're not gonna. We're gonna just leave. Yeah, we'll leave that in the comments for everybody if they want to read that. That's not getting shut.
Which, by the way, our continuous thoughts and prayers to those in Los Angeles trying to put their lives back together. Again, you are sending our thoughts and prayers. May God be with you. May God
definitely my
you.
family. And everybody else. Hope everybody else is.
Yes. Hope
if you got anybody out there in LA, hope they're all right.
Yes, indeed. But Chargers and Texans.
I got the Chargers.
I have the Chargers as well. I think this is where having J.K. Dobbins back is going to pay huge dividends, and I just think the run game of Dobbins is going to be the difference in that game. I mean, really, when you don't have Stephon Diggs, you're missing targets. It's just going to be a hard time for the Texans to try to advance in the playoffs. But nonetheless, you can catch that game on CBS and Paramount Plus tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel on CBS Sports coverage.
Only 2 games today.
Yes, indeed. Now, this is where you have to have streaming to watch the second game because it is the Steelers and the Ravens doing it one more time in the playoffs. Horrible 3 for. Oh, so you're predicting a Chargers Ravens AFC Championship game. Is that where you're stepping in, B? That would be very interesting if it actually did happen like that.
Well, they gave us a Super Bowl. Why not to get to the Super Bowl?
Well.
Well, honest, I do have the Ravens winning this game.
Oh, so do I. Because you don't know.
I know the rule. You don't go against Mike Tomlin, but Mike Tomlin's been leaking the last few weeks, and I just think they're gonna run Derrick Henry, and I think Lamar Jackson's gonna make the smart throws when needed, or he's gonna use his feet. I too much Mark Andrews, especially with Zay Flowers. It's gonna be too much Mark Andrews.
Yeah, Zay Flowers. Expect a lot of Lively and Bateman and Andrews to definitely carry their weight in the passing game, which should possibly. And of course, as I've been saying, this is why you pay Derrick Henry that money to come to Baltimore.
Yep.
Just for moments like these.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where you've got to utilize that bell cow and let him cook. That's what you got to do.
100%.
That just is what you have to do. Sunday, Broncos and Bills in Orchard Park.
You don't have to ask me. Tables. Get the tables.
Devon, get the tables, and there's going to be a whole lot of crashing through plunder.
Mm-hmm.
But also some Buffalo Wild Wings being cooked with some water buffalo steaks and heated tables going through the table like you're in ECW. But
and it's going to be cold as shit. They're gonna... Look. This the game that Brian wants to go to. Yeah. No. Watch that shit from right here. Bundled the fuck up.
With the heater.
Matter of fact, I got it cooking right now.
Oh, yeah. He's got it cooking right now. That's the early game of the Sunday slate, which is Bills and Broncos from Orchard Park. Then rematch of the Brazil game in Philadelphia, this time between the Eagles and the Packers. This one's a toughie. But Saquon Barkley is that guy.
See, that's what I was gonna say. I think
Saquon is that guy.
Yeah, I got the Eagles on this one.
And in the nightcap on Sunday, rematch from 5 years ago between the Landover Commanders and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So there you have it with that, folks.
Man, oh man, oh man. I'm just gonna watch that one. I'm not gonna predict that one just yet.
Oh, interesting.
Who you
Very
taking?
interesting.
You taking Baker or the kid?
I am riding with Baker and Bucky. Yes, indeed.
And it's in Tampa Bay, right?
It is in Tampa. Yes, it is at the big pirate ship.
Here's the thing. It's the same thing I got with the other game I said. Football mind says take the Buccaneers. Mm-hmm. The gut is saying Jaden Daniels might do something in this game.
And it's very possible that he can.
And
absolutely.
That's what makes me so confused right now. Like, that boy is cooking right now. And Scary Terry?
Oh, yes. How can we forget Mr. Terry McLaughlin? Terry McLaughlin, yes, absolutely. Or McLean, I should say. Yeah, can't forget about 17. McLaurin, yeah. Can't forget about him. Can't forget about Zach Ertz.
But then you look on the other side, like you said, Bucky Irving, yes. Mike Evans. It's like, oh.
Yes.
So you and then you look at the defense with the Buccaneers. You're like, okay. The Commies got decent defense too.
It's going to be a chess match. It may
come down but
it may come down to who makes the first mistake might lose this game.
Right. But then, like I said, the football mind says it should be the Buccaneers. Yes, of course, the Buccaneers. But that gut, just like, man, Jaden Daniels, though, that kid out there throwing that ball pretty good. And that last drive against Atlanta.
Certainly, if there are chances for an upset, it definitely would lead heavily towards the Washington Commanders. That's for sure. It definitely would.
Oos might be watching this. If he ain't watching this, might watch it later. But I think I'm gonna pick the Commies.
Oh my.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the gut on this one because I went with the football mind on the other pick. I think I'm gonna go with the gut.
All right, and that brings us to our Monday night.
That it now has been moved to the state of Arizona.
Yes. Shout out to
which is a smart move.
Shout out to Glendale for opening up their stadiums.
It sucks for Inglewood that
yes, it does.
it's really not a home game anyway. I mean, but let's be real. It should be real. When the fans was going to show up, but it would have been the. Hey, look, my stadium's the same way.
But that coming when it gets filled up, oh boy, it's something special.
Yes.
It is something.
But that's good to just have it set. No worries about if this and if that. Just do it, like we said on the last show. So they got it right.
Unbelievable. But it's the Rams and the Vikings rematch from a Thursday night game earlier that took place in Inglewood. And the Vikings find their way back in Inglewood again. I don't know how to assess this matchup because I just
now
obviously
your football mind says take the Vikings, right?
Well, yes, but
then what? But it's the Rams that you're like shit.
It's like the Rams, and I trust Matthew Stafford. I just do.
Yep. Yeah.
But I definitely have Houston in a very close-knit game, winning by a final score of 23-20.
We're talking about the Vikings and the Rams.
The Vikings and Rams.
Where did where where are you at right now?
Probably looking for somebody in Asgard. Probably that's that. Probably looking for Opus of Asgard. Probably. EJ says Vikings off rip. Rams don't got it in them. You sure about that?
Ooh,
The Rams, out of any team in the NFC that's in the playoffs, the
quiet,
Rams know what it takes to
quiet.
get there and win. And
Wasn't
plus,
they dead last in the division and just came back and won it?
mm-hmm. So anything is possible. Cause I'm just telling you. Don't.
This is playoff football, cause just because the Vikings are the better record,
Absolutely.
you got to think about you got to think about the team that's been together
Correct.
that can do it, and that's the Rams.
Correct.
So it ain't gonna be Justin Jefferson, doing the gritty.
Absolutely.
Sean McVay is a very, very good coach.
Yes, he is.
And
yes, he
so
is.
when they talk to him how to retirement to come back, that lets you know how good he is. Because he was ready to retire early. So
makes sense.
yes.
Makes a lot of sense. But I just think for Darnold, can Sam Darnold get back to what he was comfortable wise earlier in the season? Because the last weeks he's kind of looked human, for lack of a better term. Looks like he's starting to see ghosts again, which you're hoping that's not
boy, and it's the wrong time.
Yes, but we shall see. But I do like the Rams. Rams defending homes of them and their loved ones. So I mean, I'm definitely gonna.
Especially what's going on down there in Southern California. I think this is I think I'm gonna go with the Rams as well.
There's extra motivation for the Rams.
Yeah.
As if they
the Vikings is just sorry. They might put up a good fight, but yeah. That sucks.
He has the Vikings losing to as well. But yeah, definitely want to for those that get to join from start to finish, hopefully you enjoy each of those games because
it is nap time.
It's just, it's the nature of the beast. Where is it? Come on now. Don't do that. Don't
You had something?
Yes, I was going to put something there and just said, nope, screw it. You're done.
Well, that's the internet for you.
And I'm just like, doggone it, why?
That is the internet for you.
The joys of life.
Right.
But nonetheless, glad you're hanging out with us all the night owls here on this January the 11th, 2025. He is Mizzle, a.k.a. Wade Wilson Mizzle. Yes. And, of course, Logan, in his spare time. I'm just Dub of Krypton, welcoming you to episode 292 of the Mizzle and Dub Show, where we talk about the college football prelims as Ohio State and Notre Dame punch their ticket to Atlanta as they will meet on that field coming up later on in the month. And also, of course, the return of Mr. Straight Edge himself, Mr. CM Punk.
Really?
Really. But nonetheless, you can catch again the Chargers and the Texans on Paramount Plus and CBS, Amazon Prime, Ravens, Steelers, and then of course tomorrow or Sunday, you'll have Bills, Broncos on CBS. You'll have Fox with the Eagles and the Packers, and then on NBC you'll have Buccaneers and Commanders, and then Monday night.
Only one game on streaming. One game. That's it. Probably the better one out of the day.
More than likely, yes.
That is cold.
You got two bitter rivals in the Steelers and the Ravens.
Yeah.
They're battling it out for a third time. Each team has won a home game against each other this season. It's just, I mean, this is why you love football. This is why you pay to get the Sunday ticket package and whatnot, so you can be a part of the action and be a part of the game.
Or you just get streaming service. I'm pretty sure somebody will have that stream somewhere.
But real quickly, before we put a bow and a wrap on this episode real quickly. We just did that. Go here. Thank you. But just recap. On the ice tonight, Sharks and the Utah Hockey Club. Hockey
So
Club gets the win,
close.
2-1.
Kids are playing so good.
They are. Red Wings beat the Blackhawks 5-3. Canadians beat the Capitals 3-2 in overtime. 2-0 Hurricanes shut out the Canucks. And the Winnipeg Jets beat by the Kings in overtime by a final score of 2-1. And with that said for us, folks,
What happened?
For me, it's nap time, but that's okay because today is also my Friday, so yay.
Oh,
Yay.
I'm off.
Yes, you are.
And in a few hours, this house is going to be filled with a ton of family, and we're going to have a very good Saturday.
Oh, yes. Very good Saturday. But thank you to everybody for checking in with us and hanging out with us on this Night Owl edition, as it is the bright lights, and there goes clothes flying in the room. As Madre snuck in the secret passageway. It's live TV, folks. Anything can happen. But nonetheless, nap time for me. But appreciate all you guys for coming in and hanging out with us here on this Night Owl edition. Congratulations to Notre Dame and Ohio State winning the Orange Bowl and Cotton Bowl, respectively, to now play in the national championship coming to you on next Monday in Atlanta, GA. You'll see if Marcus Freeman can make history in major college football. But with that said, for Mizzle, Wade Wilson, I am Dub of Krypton saying thank you for watching. This has been episode 292 of the Mizzle Dub Show. Take care of yourself and each other as the super dope beat maker takes us home. Good night and good morning.
Everything may be. One time for your mind.
Thank you, and good night, America. Wait, drop the beat, hold on real quick. It says no dropping the beat. It says no remix.